Welcome to the 147th episode of the MC Knitting Adventures podcast. My name's Colleen.
And my name is May. Welcome, returning viewers. And for those of you watching us for the first time, we're so glad you could be here. Lots to talk about today. Colleen's been knitting a lot. We haven't really ventured out anywhere. The weather's still not the best. Update on Colleen's skin issues and what the biopsy said. Good and bad news. And we will update you with that. But before we begin talking about all those things, Colleen will talk about what we're wearing.
So let's talk first of all about what May is wearing. And she is wearing a bit of a hack of the pattern that's called Katie's Shawl. And that's by Cozy Up Designs. This is a wonderful two-skein shawl on its own, but it's big. And May doesn't like big stuff around her. So what I did was I started off, and it all happened very organically. So what happened was I was knitting along and I held it up to my neck and I said, May, what do you think? And she goes, I really, really like that. And I went, okay. I could stop, I could fold it back and sew the backs together, and then she could just pull it over your head.
Yeah, and so it's got these little eyelet things that I really liked, and you incorporated those into that.
Exactly.
And it works out great.
And it's right from the pattern. I didn't say, oh, I have to figure it out. I just started knitting the pattern and away we went. And the yarn is super comfortable. It's Barocco Comfort Sock, which is nylon and acrylic.
Now, did you do the larger one yourself? Or no?
I did,
you
actually.
Did. Oh, okay.
I have a couple of them.
Oh,
and
you
if
did?
I was not quite so
itchy,
I might be wearing it. But
Okay.
maybe when I'm feeling better, we will do that for sure.
Okay.
Because it's a lovely shawl. It's very comfy and really, really good. So that's what May is wearing. And I am wearing something that I also created. And that is this necklace. And it is, I just got some beads. They were from Michael's. So I know there is some rose quartz. I also made a bracelet. Can't put the bracelet on because there's spots there.
Okay.
May could maybe put the bracelet on.
Yeah, it might be a little thin for me. Does it matter what size you are for this bracelet? No. No, guess not.
No. You know,
That's nice.
Yeah. So anyway, I really, really like it. And I thought, what do I have that I made that I could put on that wouldn't be a problem? This won't be a problem.
Well, that's really nice, actually. I like
thank
that
you.
wiry kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it's nice. You buy it in the curve, and you can get them that have a bigger circumference.
Right.
Sounds like a math teacher to me.
It doesn't feel, you know how bracelets can sometimes dangle and what?
Yeah.
It feels like it's snug to your wrist, which I really like. I like that. And it's just a certain wire you get for that?
Yeah. Yep, you can buy the wire. It looks
Yeah,
just
just
like
fits right to whoever's wrist it is.
Oh, there you go.
Look at that. That's nice.
Well, there you go. I'm glad you like it.
I didn't even know you had that. I didn't even know you had that skill set.
Well, I
There
did.
you go. That's really nice.
The joy of beads.
Yes.
So that is what I am wearing, and next we're going to talk about finished objects. My first finished objects, a couple of them, are the faux cable messy bun hat, and that is by Allison Bretz. It also says on the pattern Melon Girl Knits, but I know in Ravelry it's Allison Bretz. Now, you saw this one before, but to be honest with you, I ripped the top back and I added an extra repeat, and we've decided it's much better. So, and I've also put the tag on. So if you've got a ponytail or a messy bun, it can go right through there.
So you didn't add this part, you added more on this part?
Nope, I ripped it out from the top.
Oh, you did?
I did, and I'd already sewn in my ends, so you know what that means, right? So it's okay, it all worked out.
This is really nice.
Yeah, I really like it. Here's a black one as well. So I think I've got a number of hats with pom-poms. I think this might be nice because, not that I need that extra space, but some people who have ponytails might need that extra space.
So how many of these are you going to make to start with? 5 of each, or?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'll just keep working on my yarn. So this takes less than a ball, like a little bit less than a ball. This one was part of the reason why I did a plain black, is because I used this black to do the eyes on the animals.
Nice.
So now I've got extra black left, and that will work.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, so
Those are
that's
great.
those.
I love
I think
those.
they might be good sellers at the booth.
Yes, I think you're right.
So right now, as you have heard over the last couple of episodes, it's just a matter of, okay, let's try something, see if it works, and go from there. Now, speaking of animals, let's talk about that. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Those hats are that Loops and Threads Charisma, and that is 100% acrylic. Oh, I'm lying. 97% acrylic and 3% viscose. But it's lovely yarn. It's nice.
You can
and
wash
soft.
that kind of yarn?
Yeah, washer, dryer, all good.
Nice.
Now, the last episode, you saw a barrel of monkeys. you're going to see one monkey, and then you're going to see lots of lambs. Let's say that. Okay. And both of those patterns come from the Mama Made Minis Knotted Loveys, and this is by Allison Dratch and Lindsay McNutt. This book is fantastic. Now I'm just going to open to this page. This shows you, this is a worsted weight, chunky weight, super bulky, and then I don't know what they call it, jumbo weight. So depending on the weight of the yarn that you use depends on how big the things become.
Oh, okay. And you've done quite a few of them in here. You've done
Yes, I have.
The monkey, of course. You've done the hippo.
I have.
The frog was cute too. It doesn't show you a picture of the frog on the front there.
Yeah.
You've done the elephant.
I have.
Are they all pretty much the same to
Yep,
do?
some of them are a little bit more complicated when you have to mix up a couple of colors.
like
The
the-
cow's really lovely,
I like the
but
cow.
it would be nice if it was just one color. Like
Yeah.
one color with the nose to be in a
The
different
two
color.
colors
Yeah.
will make it more complicated.
That's right.
Not complicated, but just a
Well,
little bit more
because
work.
you have to, every time you change a color, you have to
Oh,
cut
okay.
the yarn. So,
But it's
makes it
there's a
interesting.
few of them right there if you can see that. Great book. I like it too. I just like looking at it.
Okay, so guess what happens? Now that we've looked at the book, we get to look at the critters. So here is another one of the monkeys. And here is a lamb. And another lamb. And another lamb.
Colleen's been busy.
I have. See what happens when you can't do much because you're just trying to keep your mind off things? There you go. Lots of lovely critters. So these are all the kind of things that we're talking about for a booth. And the lambs went really well, as
Yeah,
did
the
the
lambs
monkeys.
sell really well because
Yeah.
they're a lovely color for a baby too. Like, you know,
It's
the
really
white
nice
is
and
really
soft.
nice and
Yeah.
it's nice and soft.
Exactly.
So they sell quite well. And
Exactly.
look at you having all these. And you're just going to keep the two, the lamb and the monkey, and not do other ones, you think? Or?
You know, I was just looking at the rabbit and it looks kind of cute. So I've got some, the whole goal is to use up the yarn that's in my stash.
Right.
And so I did buy some of the beiges that I haven't been using in these ones. So I'll take a look when I'm
And you've
figured
done
out.
little turtles too, which are cute.
Yes, I have done turtles.
Yes. Well, that's great. You've been
Okay.
very busy. Do you want to put those over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna just take a break.
Okay.
I'm back. Okay, so animals ready for the booth. Fantastic. Now, my next finished objects are two of the Balmy Breeze Cowls. And this is a lovely pattern. So I made one for myself that was that dark burgundy, which you wore in the last podcast.
Right.
She looked great.
I loved wearing that. I'm telling you
know.
that. I like that split in it with the shoulder because it
Exactly.
sat really nice.
It did. And it looked great on me, but it's still mine. So anyway, so I had to do some research to get some yarn because the idea is that, you can do it with wool. The one that I had was 50% wool, 50% cotton. So I was able to find this yarn, which is called, it's by Debbie Bliss. It's called Piper, and it's 50% cotton and 50% viscose. So it's got a nice drape to it. And so this is the color that I chose for May. Now, I haven't blocked these because it's cotton. And so it will block, but it's not gonna,
Will it need blocked? It
I
doesn't
don't
look-
think so.
I was looking at it thinking, this doesn't even look like it
No,
needs blocked.
you've had it on and it looked
Yeah,
really good.
I
That
love
color,
it. Yeah, I like that color.
it looks really nice on
Yeah.
you. So anyway, May said, I would like one.
And
I
voila.
ordered yarn. It got here from England. It got made within 2 weeks.
England too. I like that it's come from England.
Yes.
That's nice.
Exactly.
We can support Europe. That's awesome.
So when I was ordering the yarn for May's, I thought, well, if I order yarn for the mums, Mother's Day presents can be created. So I've got this one done. That's for my mom. And it's ready to go. And that's a nice light color. I think it'll look
I like
really, really
that.
nice
Yeah,
on her.
yes, I think
And
that'll be
what I
perfect.
like is the texture in this pattern. So that pattern is by Michelle C. Meadows of the Muskoka Yarn Connection. She writes great patterns, and this is a really nice one. And I think both the mums, as do you, will like that split because it just makes it lay
Yeah,
nice.
I
It doesn't
really like
all
it.
bunch up because
Yes,
it's got
I
a
like
chance
it.
to do it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Exactly.
Really
And
great colors. I love this yarn.
Yarn is beautiful. Like, it's really, really
All
nice.
the way from England. I can't believe that.
Yeah, from the UK.
Now,
I
was it expensive coming from you? I know sometimes shipping can be super expensive.
Right. Well, here's the thing that got me confused. Because when I ordered it from Love Crafts, which I've done before, but I don't remember it coming from the UK. So I went back to check, was I on the right site? I was on the right site. And so but I wasn't paying taxes, and I thought, well, that's odd. And because I ordered some other things, it was free shipping, and I thought, okay. And then when it did come, there were some duties, which kind of took.
So maybe that's taxes, yeah.
So even that extra bit, it was still, because everything that I ordered was on sale. It was really good.
Wow.
Exactly.
Excellent. Good to know.
Exactly. Arrived at the doorstep, and lo and behold, it became things.
Do they have the yarn that does the monkeys and everything too? Because I know you had struggle with getting that.
Talk about that when we talk about souvenirs.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm ahead of myself.
You are ahead of yourself.
I'm ahead of myself in yarn.
That's right. Fantastic. Now, speaking of the animals, I did forget to mention, this is what the yarn that I'm using is the Loops and Threads Chenille Home Slim. Here is my dilemma. Michael's is not carrying this anymore. So I'm going to have to go into a Michael's store just to see if there's any bits and bobs of it left, because sometimes there will be. That's why I had to do some research on Lovecraft to see if I could find something similar. To be continued. We will talk about that. Now, my last finished object is a pair of the Newfie mittens, and that's by Nadine Reeves. And I'm going to I'll hold this and you put those on, because you know what? There we go.
Yeah, Newfie. Speaking of Newfie, Colleen and I are going on a trip to Newfoundland, a cruise. We're going to cruise around Newfoundland. We can't wait to do that, and we'll take some great photos for you to see, and we'll talk all about our trip. And I just love the pictures of Newfoundland. They look great. And this was from that book from Newfoundland?
No, this is this pattern.
Oh, that's pattern. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
So I know you bought a book that had mittens all in it.
It did. It doesn't have these mittens.
Oh, okay. These are nice.
I know.
Now you knit me some with the blue.
I did. This is a Red Heart Soft. Nice thing about Red Heart Soft is that it doesn't have a dye lot, so that's not going to cause a problem if you have a little bit left. And I was trying to figure out a pair of mittens that would go with the buffalo plaid hat, and I thought, ooh, these could work.
Perfect match. That would be great. These are lovely. Look at the thumbs, nice. They fit
exactly, and you're carrying yarn behind, and so in carrying yarn, what happens is it feels a little thicker.
Yeah, they feel like they'd be warm.
Exactly.
Nice.
So we have the big debate is, do we put those in the booth? I think we could sell them.
I think so, for sure. You can sell those, for sure.
Exactly.
Not
once you get a pattern down and you're making things, if you're sitting watching TV, which is what we do in the evening, these fingers go and you make things. So those are my finished objects. And May, how about you?
Yes. Speaking of TV, right now we're watching reruns of Alias. If you ever watched that,
it's the black. We did watch Alias.
It's Alias. Done. Alias was very good. Now 5
seasons we watched. Now we are watching the Blacklist.
The Blacklist, and we've already watched the Blacklist. But as the nice part about getting older, you don't remember what you've seen. So we
didn't ever see the whole thing.
We didn't.
No, because we couldn't get it. I don't know what happened, but we stopped watching. Okay.
So anyway, we're watching the Blacklist, and you know, it's season after season after season after season.
Yes.
You think, when is this ever going to end? Well, they've all aged through the whole series.
Exactly. Well, I keep saying to me, there's 10 seasons. Are you okay? Can we watch another? So anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so yes.
So while I'm doing that.
And you know, like we haven't been going on our adventures and all that kind of stuff. So we're kind of in the whole house. So I've been doing my digital art, which I'm excited about.
Oh, you're so good.
And anytime I can plug in the books that I'm doing, I love it because I just enjoy doing it so much.
Exactly.
We've sold a few of our ABC books that go with the monkey. They're up on Amazon.
Such a nice book.
Sold a few of them in person, not on Amazon, but we've sold a few of them, and people said the kids love them, so that makes me feel good.
Very good. It's a great book.
This one is going to be published shortly. I just have to wait for approval from KDP Amazon.
Okay.
And that is the Ancestry book. I use mine all the time. I use it every night. It just gives you a record of people that are in your ancestry, or people that are in your ancestors in
your family tree.
Yeah, your family tree. Yeah. And it just tells you, a little bit about them, their spouse, and then their children. So you always have a record of who's who and how they're related to you. So that's kind of neat. Yeah. I've been using it all the time, and I really like it. So whether anybody buys it or not, it doesn't matter to me because I love it and I use it. Travel adventures. My friend went to Portugal. She loved it. She wrote in this book every day.
Oh, excellent!
And she really appreciated that as a gift. That is on Amazon. If you want to purchase a travel little diary book,
we're going to use one when we go on that cruise.
Yes,
for sure.
And we'll take lots of photos for you guys. Knitting adventures. Colleen loves her book.
I do. I do.
We've had
It's
good
full.
good reviews on Amazon, so thank you for that.
It's a great record. We're keeping it. And especially when I'm trying to get show notes going on for the podcast. I mean, for you, you'll just know when to find it. But it really helps me keep organized.
So if you want one of these books, Amazon.ca. My friend bought 2 of them. She wanted one for her mom, but her mom was 85. She wasn't sure if her mom would use it or not.
Right.
She said she went over there the other day. She says, my mom's writing all in her book. She loves it.
Excellent. That's
Great
fantastic.
gift. So if you know a knitter or if you want to give a gift to a knitter,
There you go.
definitely one of these books are a must. We're probably going to have another giveaway. The winner won last
Right,
podcast.
and we got it mailed away.
Yes, and so we're probably going to have another giveaway anytime soon. So that'll be good. Watch for that. And
Look at these finished
wow.
objects.
Lots of finished objects. Loving that. But there's going to come a time where the weather's going to change.
Right.
When Colleen and I are going to get outside. And
That's
hopefully
right.
you can get outside. And yeah, so it's good.
Sounds good. So those are finished objects, and next we're going to talk about works in progress. Well, May, I only have one work in progress. But that's because I finished a lot of things. So this work in progress is another one of the Balmy Breeze cowls. Now, it is a DK weight yarn that I'm using, and then once again, it's that Debbie Bliss Piper. I will say, if you're thinking of a Mother's Day gift, this isn't a bad one. So this is for May's mom, and we are working.
Did you get the
with-
yarn from the same place?
Oh, yeah, this is all Love's Craft.
I love this yarn.
It's a nice weight, and it's going to not be too hot, which is good. And I think your mom's going to like the color. I think I'm going to make one for me in this color because I really like this color.
I like this color.
Yeah.
Did you have enough yarn? Like, did you buy?
I bought enough. Yep. And I bought one other ball, which is to make. I think I'm going to make one for our daughter-in-law.
Oh, nice.
I think so.
That'd be a nice gift. Is
There
it
we
for
go.
Mother's Day or?
For your mom, yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So if you start now, because I really started a week ago, you could probably have, depending on how many mums there are in your life, you can have a lot done.
Very good. Put a cough candy in my mouth. Probably can help. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to choose cough candy.
Exactly.
Well, that'll be nice.
So that is it. Once again,
Well-
Michelle C. Meadows, Muskoka Yarn Connection, lovely pattern. If you go on in Ravelry to Michelle C. Meadows and look at all her patterns, they're really well written. When I was trying to figure out what I was going to wear today, I thought I saw a cowl that has a little bit of cashmere in it. And it's going to happen at some point in time.
When you're not itchy.
When I'm not itchy. Sounds like
I
I've
know
got
you
ticks
have-
and fleas.
I know you only have one thing, but look at all you've completed.
I know.
You have
That's
more
true.
finished objects than you do works in progress.
I do. That's for sure.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you have a work in progress, do you usually have one or two things, different things on the go, or do you usually do one thing and finish it, one thing and finish it?
I try to have different things going on at the same time, because if you're always, like, let's say I'm only knitting socks all the time, then it's one certain size of needle and your hands can get tricky. So by changing it up, so I'll crochet a little bit, I will knit some things in thinner weight yarn, like maybe a pair of socks. I may
Right.
do something that's chunky, like that hat was a chunky weight yarn. So I just use it different things so that my hands don't.
Right. And
Yeah.
I'm just so used to you sitting on the end of the couch knitting, and I don't even pay any attention to what's on your needles.
She
or
pays
like that.
attention to me, but not that.
On what you're doing. Or whatever.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So
Yeah,
interesting.
exactly. So I would imagine when I am going, oh, finished object, you're going, really? That happened? Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
So
So
work
that
in
is my
progress.
works in progress. And May, how about you?
I am working on another book, and it's about Sammy. I won't tell you too much in case somebody steals my idea. But it's about Sammy the Seagull.
Right.
When I lived in Scotland, my great-grandmother had a seagull that would come to the window, Sammy the Seagull. And word has it, through different grapevines, that the seagull, Sammy, would only eat bread that was buttered.
Oh, that sounds like me.
Yes.
Me and Sammy, we're just friends.
But I remember going there, and Sammy would come to the window. It was,
Oh, my goodness. That's amazing.
It was very interesting. So that
Right.
is going to be my story.
Right.
Working on that, working
Okay.
on the illustrations, and that's
Okay.
kind of fun. But it's a real learning curve because I'm not really an artist. I just like to.
I
yeah.
would, you know,
Anyway,
I'm looking at what's behind us. You're an artist, just
Well,
so you know.
actually, when I was going through, I was looking at different places for sale or whatever on, you know, that real estate thing.
Yeah.
And one of the houses had one of those Scottish cows that was all
You're
different
right,
colors.
right.
You've seen that photo before, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I think it was like-
absolutely.
I want to do one of those and a big one of those.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Maybe a Canadian flag
Oh, very nice.
on the Scottish cow.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yes. So anyway, that's my work in progress.
All right, so works in progress are done, and next we're going to talk about our craft adventure.
So other than your knitting, which is definitely a craft and a gift,
Yes.
what have you been working on?
I have been doing a little bit more sewing because once you get a pattern sorted out, then there's not so much concentration that has to happen. And I'm really liking these wool cozies.
I like them too. So,
So
you got
we
a few on
did-
the go. You
yeah.
got some cut out. And,
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
I've got
these
a
are
few more
great.
ready to go. So I really like, I'm going to try maybe to make some bigger because you can make them in different sizes. But the thing that happens with us, because we are officially handmade by MNC when we are doing our booth, there are so many things that we do.
Right.
So
There's only so much room on an 8-foot table. Is that what you're trying to say?
that is what I'm trying to say. I was trying to be delicate about it, but yes, you're
It's
right.
true. There's only so much room. We have an 8-foot table, and that's what we do at the craft
Exactly.
shows. Sometimes we get 2 tables, but for the most part, we have 1 table.
Right.
And so to pick and choose what to sell at that table,
Exactly.
we've got all the soap, we've got all the knitting. We might pare down the soap this year after this year.
Right.
Not do the soap anymore. It's been fun and it's been
Exactly.
great.
Yeah.
The price of olive oil went up
A lot,
hugely, so
yeah.
we're not really making any money on the soap.
Not the
So,
same way. Yeah.
and we don't, I mean, I like making it, but I don't
Yeah.
like making it as much maybe as you, I do mostly the cleanup, so I'm not really, I
Yeah.
could care less if we do the soap or not.
It's not so creative for you.
No.
No.
So, just focusing on the knitting and our books and that kind of thing,
Right.
After this year will be what
Right.
we'll focus
And
on.
I do have a lot of fabric. So I am going to make wool cozies, and I have to decide if I'm going to make little wallets. I've done those.
Knitting needle things that you've made are
Yep.
amazing.
Yeah, you know what? A knitting needle keeper. And I
Yeah.
should actually do a tutorial on how to do one of those.
That's perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have to put all these things in. I've been trying to avoid doing that kind of stuff because
Well,
there's-
let's talk about
let's
this
just
a
talk
little.
about it.
Okay.
Okay.
So Colleen got the results back from her doctor,
Right.
and you can talk more about the biopsy. So I'm not telling your story. So
Okay.
There you go.
So what it is a form of psoriasis. And they call it new psoriasis because I've never had it before. They're not exactly sure why it is. It's a rarer form. And so basically for right now, I'm to keep doing what I was doing. I went to the drugstore to see what was the difference between psoriasis stuff and eczema. Basically the whole thing is you want to keep putting cream on. And I have some creams that are great. And I said to me, I'm so sorry, I talk about this all the time. The reality is I'm just trying to get a routine that works. So if I use this cream, I've got one balm that's lovely, but it stains everything. So I think, okay, well, I'm not going to use that. So I figured out what cream I'm going to use for my legs, what cream I'm going to use for my arms, and I'm just working that way. And if it gets really itchy, I've got another thing that is almost like an analgesic, and it's super when it gets super itchy. So I've got things in place,
Right.
and I said to the doctor, I'm going to do some things. I do have some hydrocortisone cream. She said, put that on the newest ones. It's kind of like, was that a new one? Was that an old one? Because there's a
Right.
lot of them. But once I get it going and get it sorted out, then as long as I'm knitting, I'm not thinking about it.
Right. And
So-
maybe the weather might help it, or
Yes.
change
Yeah,
things up a little
exactly.
bit.
Because the kind of the heat, your heating that keeps your house nice and warm in the winter
Dries you
makes
out.
it dry. So you can like use a humidifier and those
Right.
kind of things. So I'm learning something that I didn't
Right.
know I didn't know. But anyway, getting
But
it figured
anyway,
out.
thank you for everybody that's concerned,
Yes.
and we really appreciated that.
Exactly.
And thank you so much. But that's an update, and you just have to live with it until we see how it plays out.
Exactly.
And your immune system could settle down, and
Right.
it could get better sooner than later.
Yeah, so we're looking at stuff that's, food
Right.
that's anti-inflammatory, because basically my immune system's trying to figure out something that it doesn't need to figure out.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah.
the gist of it.
Anyway, so that's what we'll do, and you've been very good about trying to keep busy and keep your mind off of it. So
That's
we'll-
right.
we'll
Hence,
just keep that.
Sheeps, monkeys everywhere. So Do you have any craft adventure, May?
Basically, just what I had talked about before. You
Well, we're
know,
gonna
my
have
Sammy the Seagull. That's my craft adventure, and
Right.
I've been focusing on that.
Exactly.
And I'm enjoying that digital art. If you ever want to look on YouTube as to how that
Yeah.
works, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're doing a wonderful job with that.
Thank you.
So that's craft adventures, and next we're going to talk about souvenirs. Souvenirs. I got a big bag from Lovecrafts, and the reason for that was I couldn't get the yarn from Michael's, that chenille home slim. Now, this yarn isn't as thick as that, so these critters will be a little bit smaller, but it's soft, it's still chenille, it looks great. So if we put this
Beautiful
color
yarn.
together with that, that looks good for a monkey. And if you put this color together, this is quite a white, that's going to make a nice little white sheep. And so I ordered some and it came, and we're going to make them. They will be a little bit smaller. I'm not exactly sure how much smaller.
Right.
So I have to do a little juggling with some crochet hooks. And so that came, all the yarn to make the Balmy Breeze cowls came.
Right.
And then because I knew I was going to be making a lot, and because I do enjoy a good knitting needle, and because it was 30% off. There was a coupon code. I love when there's a coupon code. So this is a Knitter's Pride lace needle, stainless steel, 4.5 millimeter, 24 inch long. It's from the Mindful Connection. And so this, if you've ever seen them, that's what they look like. They've got a lovely tip to them. So if you're doing texture, that kind of thing, it says Rejoice on it. And what comes with it
There's
is
the needle.
it comes with a stitch marker, which is helpful when you're knitting in the round.
That's really nice.
Exactly. So, I mean, it was amazing. And I said to May, like, when I found out that I was going to have to pay some duty, I thought, well, I didn't pay taxes and I didn't pay for shipping. And in the long run,
It was worth it.
It was worth it, for sure.
Did it all come from England? Did this come from
It's
England?
all came from the UK. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's nice.
Exactly. And honestly, it didn't take very long. Like, I actually was surprised how quickly it came.
Right.
So once I find how this works, the thing with the monkey is you want a nice chocolatey brown, and some of it, like Bernat Blanket, it's more of a taupey color.
Right.
And so that's why I did that. Checked with the boss, made sure it was
That would be
okay.
me, wouldn't it?
Yes, that's you. That's why I pointed to you. Checked with the boss. I said, this is what I need to do. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And she said, yes.
Well, now I'm really okay that it came from the UK.
That's
I
right.
like that so
Okay,
much.
that's good.
Perfect.
And as I said, when I ordered it, didn't realize it was going to happen that way.
Yeah.
But I was quite excited with that.
Good.
Okay, May, souvenirs for you.
Souvenirs. Yes, I bought some because you knew we bought the new vehicle, but I was so excited. I went shopping on Amazon.
She did.
Amazon.ca. And I got nice floor mats. They're called Last Fit or LASFIT.
Right.
Last Fit mats. I ordered them one day. They were here the next day.
I
I
know,
had them
that's
in the
crazy.
car. They fit perfect. They
Right.
fit like they're laser cut.
Right.
They're not as expensive. They're not cheap, but they're not as
Right.
expensive as the techie ones.
Right.
But they're lovely. They came, so I highly recommend those mats.
Okay.
I got extra little accoutrements, one little glove box container.
Oh, that's
and
perfect.
that and something else for the front. So it's just going to be nicer when we, you know how you dig into that middle thing?
I know. And
So there's a nice little
so you know
thing
where
for that.
everything is.
Right. And also, while I was at it, I got there's these like rubber.
Silicone, I think. Yeah.
Silicone. Little covers for the car key.
Right.
And it fit perfect on there, so you're
I
not going to
know.
get all your car key all scratched up.
I know, like our other ones.
Yep, so that was exciting. So those were exciting. Oh, and I also got a mat for the back that came with this. Like it comes in,
okay.
you get the back mat, you get the two front mats, and you get the trunk kind of mat.
Oh,
So
very good.
I was very excited about that.
I actually
so.
haven't. I've only seen the ones in the front. I haven't looked at the back, so I'll
Yeah,
have to check those out.
beautiful. They fit like a glove.
There
like,
we
where's
go.
that glove? They fit like a glove. So very excited about that souvenir.
Right.
Yeah, perfect. And if, like, say, if you want those mats, they're great.
Yeah. May came in. Her eyeballs were this
Yeah.
big. She said, "These are fantastic."
Yeah, they fit
Oh, that's
like
good.
they fit laser. I think they're laser cut for the actual. If you go into Amazon.ca,
Yeah.
you put the vehicle that you have.
Right.
I think they'll have the mats exactly for that vehicle.
That is
So
fantastic.
yeah, it's good.
There you go. Treats, treats, treats,
Trees,
all
trees,
around.
it's exciting. Yes.
Exactly. So, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing,
Can I just say? Sorry. I just want to say one more thing. We're going to be going on back into going to different yarn stores because
yes.
the weather's getting better.
Exactly.
I want to tell this little bit of a story.
Okay.
My cousin in Scotland has a friend that lives in England who has a daughter that lives in Canada on Lakeshore Boulevard in Toronto, and she has the yarn store called Spin Me a Yarn. You have probably been there. We have not. I can't believe we have not been there.
Exactly.
But I think it's because it was on Lakeshore Boulevard.
Yeah.
Colleen and I are going to be doing a road trip.
We are.
And it's a small world, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
So I went on to Spin Me a Yarn.
Yeah.
Great feedback. Beautiful store.
Okay. I have to
Friendly.
Yeah.
They do online things.
Okay.
If you get a chance to go on Facebook, look it up. It's called Spin Me a Yarn on Lakeshore Boulevard in Toronto.
Okay.
Check it out. Colleen and I are going to do a road trip.
Exactly.
We're going to have to take the train and then take a GO train and a bus or whatever to get there.
We'll get it figured out.
But it's right on the beachfront there. And I've heard
Exactly.
some of my friends taking bike rides. They take their bikes
Right,
to Little
right.
Lakeshore.
Exactly.
Great place to ride
Wow.
a bike. But I think we could maybe rent some bikes.
Okay.
And do a day of it, like do
Yeah.
the yarn store and a bike ride or something like that.
This is very
So
exciting.
looking forward, and her name is Trina.
Right.
I'm going to have to contact Trina. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
And just make a plan that hopefully she'll be there.
Right.
And we can visit actually with Trina.
Okay.
So, small
Sounds
world.
like a good plan. I'm
Yes.
looking forward to adventures.
Yes,
I'm
me
looking
too.
forward to snow being gone and adventures.
And I'm looking forward to share those adventures with you
Exactly.
guys,
Yeah.
so that you can see what's out there.
Exactly. So once again, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, give a thumbs up, comment down below
Ring that bell.
so you get notified, and subscribe because we do really like doing this for you. So,
And don't forget to buy my book.
oh, that's right.
My book, Amazon.ca or Amazon.com.
There we go.
Selling well, got good feedback. There you go.
Fantastic. And until next time.
You take care.